Hey everybody, it's Jochen Hyde, and I'm back with my new campaign with Hellsen. This is the Hellsen versus Jochen campaign. This is scenario 2. I'm playing the Japanese, he's playing the Allies. So this is December 7th, 1941, the beginning of the campaign. So wish me luck, guys. I hope I did it right. Hope I didn't make too many mistakes. I hope the plan I've developed is going to work. Let's find out. Okay, guys, here we go. Starting off with a midget sub attack. Oh, cool. One of my midget subs actually got a torpedo into the Pennsylvania. Not bad. Okay, well, it looks like one got a hit and one came back. Maybe two came back. That's not bad. Okay, so these mergers here are basically all my special move task forces assembling, coming together, and heading off into their, the magic task forces. They're all combining and heading off into the sunset. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. That was stupid of me. You know what? I know what I did. Ah. Well, that's not good. I messed up the routing of this task force. It should have gone way out into the South China Sea, but it decided to hug the coast of Philippines. I'm going to lose a destroyer for that. Dang it. That was dumb. Ah. I think we spotted somebody. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, starting off with a sweep on Singapore. Slicing and dicing. Nice. Okay. 6 buffaloes are down. Little sweep over Hong Kong. Sweep over Georgetown. These are zeros coming in from Bangkok. Looks like we got one. So these are nails coming out of Kwajalein, or somewhere in the Marshalls. Unfortunately, we're gonna take some losses here, but we gotta hit Wake and we gotta hit it hard. Yeah, those are okay losses. Okay, this is a port strike on Singapore coming out of Southeast Asia. Decent hits here. The Mauritius is a good light cruiser. The Minion Monarch's a good ship. Okay, that's alright. Alright. So, this actually sucks. My strike is coming in a bit uncoordinated, right? I wanted the Nells and the Bettys to come in together, but they're coming in kind of fractured. And that's going to reduce the hitting power and possibly tie up my Nells with these P40s later on. Alright, let's see how this goes. This is our beginning of our attack on Manila. Obviously, a lot of stuff is sinking here, but I don't know. I feel like we could have done more damage here. Just a lot of my bombers did not come in. Ah, of course. So now these dang nails are going to get tangled up with these P-40s because they did not come in with the escort. Dang it. Alright. So we did hit a few more things, but I don't know. Could have been better. Just coming in fractured. Okay, this is a combined port and airfield attack on Hong Kong. So I'm just trying to take out some of the ships that are in port here. Little raid in Pengpu. Okay, Sally's hitting Georgetown. This is going to be a combination airstrike and attack on the port. Okay. Took out a few aircraft on the ground. Damaged some ships in port. Okay, the Sally's did manage to get in without being destroyed. What I'm really trying to do here is eliminate these submarines. That's my biggest threat. So, looks like we hit 2 more subs, damaged some other ships. I don't think my raid on Manila went that well, honestly, but what can I do? You know? This is another attack on Hong Kong. Okay. Okay, big raid on Kota Baru. We do have escort coming in here. Pretty weak showing. Dang. Hopefully we caused enough runway damage to keep some of the aircraft from flying at least. Okay, this is a raid on Pakoi from Samar. Oh, Sonia's. You know how I love these. Gotta use them though, right? That's all I got right now. All right, here we go. Okay, in case you guys haven't figured it out, that is the Kido Butai. We are here, and I'm hunting these guys. Yes, to me, it was one of my very important goals to attack and destroy Force C. I did not want these battleships running amok out here, because they're just quite honestly better than most of mine. So I've expended a lot of resources here to make sure that they don't escape. And let's see how this raid goes. So far it's going well. Okay, very few losses here. Okay, Repulse took 4 torpedoes on fire, heavy damage. The Danny wasted. Prince of Wales, 6 bomb hits, 3 torpedoes. I don't know if that's enough to sink these. I don't know. We need a follow-up raid. Probably on the PM phase. Okay, that's our AM phase. We need a big PM phase. Here, there's stuff sinking. You hear it? All right, PM phase. Let's hope for some a big strike on 4C to finish it off. From Aloe Star and Singapore attacking here. But I do have Oscars in cap. And it looks like we shut that whole raid down. Perfect. Okay, we need Kido Butai to launch another raid. I don't think we finished those ships off. There it is, man. Look at that. Okay, let's see what we get. Now, remember, these 250 kilogram bombs don't penetrate the deck armor of the repulsor Prince of Wales. All they're gonna do is cause damage, system damage, and maybe fires. And that, if that adds up, it could be good. Let's see what we get. Sorry. All right, so 11 more bomb hits into the repulse, 9 more bomb hits into the Prince of Wales. I don't know if that's going to sink. I don't know. I think the repulse might. I don't know about this. And we sank 2 destroyers. I don't know, man. It's not looking so great. Oh, that's something else sinking there. Okay, bombardment on Quanton. Damage some aircraft, that's good. So Quanton aircraft cannot be railed out. So if they're damaged here, I might be able to catch them on the ground. Okay, now we're hitting Cagayan. And what I was really looking for here was to neutralize these B-17s. So a lot of these were hit. They may not be able to get out now. Okay, something else just sank. Hopefully it's a big battleship. Okay, so now we're landing on Quanton. Now we're landing at Apari. This is in the Philippines. Okay, these are pretty standard rates of loss for infantry coming ashore. Okay, Wake Island. Unfortunately, one of my cargo ships took a few shell hits there coming in from some 5-inch guns. Okay, let's hope we can take this, guys. We gotta take Wake. Okay, landing on Guam. Okay. Now we're ashore on Guam. Perfect. Kotabaru. This is pretty standard here. A lot of people come here. And now we're ashore on Kotabaru. And Manado. We are landing at Manado. This is in the Celebes Sea. This is in the area of the Dutch East Indies. Okay, this guy took one shell hit, but probably no big deal. 75mm gun isn't going to do much. Okay, we got some troops ashore. And landing more troops. So we get at Sinkwang. Now we're going back into Kwanton. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for the landings this turn. Let us take a look and see how the land combat goes. Well, right off the bat, we take Pengpu. Or we're going to. And that opens up a rail line for us in China. Okay, this is very important. We must take this. We do it? Let's see. Yes!
Hello, you fighting orphans of the Pacific.
Cool, she's so loud.
Your favorite enemy, Orphan Anne, at Radio Tokyo, with music to lift your spirits and words to depress your morale. But first, Imperial General Headquarters announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Wake.
Awesome. We got Wake Island, guys, right off the bat. And we took out those aircraft. That was important to me. All right, check this out. Parachute attack in the Philippines. Nice. And another one. Got him. Perfect. That went well. 2 parachute attacks, 2 victories. And that's it. So this is going to be kind of strange for me playing Japan now. As soon as the turn is over, it rolls right into the, the turn setup. I don't have to wait for the Japanese to do something. I am the Japanese now, so I get to immediately see where everything's at and how we did. Overall, I am mildly satisfied with the performance of today. I feel like our raid on Manila was not great. Not great at all. I'm not certain if 4C was fully destroyed. Okay. We'll talk about it. Let me get ready for the next evolution here. Okay. Well, I'm not used to being the Japanese and having access to the turn so quickly afterwards. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here we are, guys. My first turn as a Japanese. I would say it was okay. It was okay. Aircraft losses this day. 17 Buffaloes. 16 Nells. That's... Eesh. This wasn't so great. 13 Wildcats. I would actually call it 12 because that's what's actually stationed at Wake. 7 Blenheims. 6 Vowels. And you can see the rest here. Overall, I'm very happy with the rate of loss for the Japanese carrier aircraft. It was relatively low. I thought it could have been a lot worse than that. So, 46 for the Allies, 29 for the Japanese today. Looking at top pilots. Few pilots have some kills on the board here. For our pilots, 2 missing in action, 1 wounded, and 20 lost this turn, KIA. 23 total. I had a couple ops losses during the setup, I guess. Is what it is. Okay. Army lost points for this turn. 70 for the Allies, 1 for the Japanese. That's quite normal. Ship sunk. Supposedly, we bagged the Repulse and the Prince of Wales. And that was my goal with this operation to start. I wanted to sink them right off the bat. And I think I did, but I don't have anything proof yet. So we're probably going to need one more turn to see if they actually went down. Now, this Akagumo here, this was a huge waste. I messed up the routing of the Kido Butai. I thought I brought it down through the South China Sea down to this way. Apparently I didn't, and it went hung along the coast, and an S-boat caught up with it, which really sucks. I hate to lose a destroyer like that from turn 1. It's completely unnecessary. We're showing a few subs sunk in Manila. I'm not impressed with this at all. I'm hoping this is just underreported and there's more hit than that, but I don't really know. So we're probably going to need some follow-up raids on Manila to make sure that we handle this, because I can't be having that. It's not ideal. Appears we also took out a couple of the Force Z destroyers too, and the Danny. All right. So for the turn, the score is 1.7 to 11,200. I'm not even going to bother calculating that ratio this turn because it doesn't matter. It's not much. I wish I had done a little better here, guys. The Gary Grigsby dice roll weren't with me today. Let's take a look at Combat Reporter. Now I have this set up for the Japanese, which is kind of cool. We'll try to briefly go through this because there's a lot to discuss. Excuse me, getting over a cold here. So, we did have this unfortunate interaction with the S-36. We lost Akagumo, which is one of my absolute best destroyers. And it shows over here in the map, but we actually did get a torpedo in the Pennsylvania and Pearl with the mini sub. That's pretty cool. We had bombardment at Cagayan, one at Kwanton. We won at Wake, Tuguegarao on Luzon, Pangpu in China, and Bayombong in the Philippines. And you may be wondering, what's the significance of this? Well, I'll show you. I would like to get into the meat of the Philippines as quickly as possible, and I did bring along a fair amount of armor. It doesn't appear that all of it's landed yet. Let me see, is there any more left on the ships? Yeah, we got more armor coming ashore there. I got 3 armored units right now coming ashore at Apari, and I would like to line drive them down as quickly as possible into Clark or Manila or wherever. But if they have to stop and take these bases every single time, that's movement points that we're wasting. So I used my paratroopers from Kagi, and I captured Bayombong and Tuguegarao so that the armor can move quickly down the coastline. And so the other troops too, and they don't stop and engage and take a base. So that was the reason behind that. Anyway. We had a lot of amphibious operations, and I'll sum them up. Wake, Sinquing, Manado, Kwanton, Cotabaru, Guam, and Apari. That's all turn 1. More's coming in the following turns. We had some bombings in China. Georgetown had a pretty decent showing. We hit Hong Kong, Cotabaru, Manila, which, there you go. Let's see how many subs we actually hit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hit on the first run. One, two, 3, 4, 5 additional hits on the second run. Let's see if there's any that are I'm trying to see if any are yeah, a couple of these are re-hits. Got the Langley. We hit it. Where's it at? Okay. On the third go through, we hit 2 more subs. So, I don't know. I think a lot of subs are going to get away, guys. I think it's just the way it is. And the reason that this did not go well is that the first raid was not coordinated. Only the Bettys went in by themselves. If the Nells had gone in with them, we would have gotten more hits, and these guys would not have been disrupted by the P40s being airborne. Nothing I can really do about that. It is what it is. Singapore, we had a sweep there, and then we also lost a lot of aircraft to flak, and we hit a bunch of ships in here. Hopefully some of these sank. Kwanton did not have a great showing. Well, the Allies didn't anyway. And here are our attacks on the 4C. So, a lot of bomb hits, but again, these 250 kilogram bombs only cause fire and system damage, really. They're not going to get through the armor of the Repulse and Prince of Wales. I don't believe they will anyway. So, the torpedoes are what's going to do a lot of the damage, and I don't know if those are enough torpedoes to sink those ships. So, this is the first run through. Here's the second run through. More bomb hits mostly on the Prince of Wales and the Repulse. I feel pretty confident that the Repulse is dead. I don't know if the Prince of Wales is going to make it out. So we may have to follow up on that. The game says that we sunk it. I'm not convinced. I need more proof than that. In fact, for all I know, the Repulse is still alive too. Also got 2 destroyers there. And then, yeah, that's the bombing on Wake. So check this out. This is going to be a real hit for me. This is what you get for Japanese SIGINT. It's garbage. Basically, it's just radio transmissions, right? So Chungking, Chang 2, and Kodiak. That doesn't tell me much of anything at all. So we're going to have to really, really watch a SIGINT and derive a lot from very little. Okay, let's go through the operations report real quick and see what we can get out of that. So these are just some ship aircraft that I'm transferring around. Coast Watchers don't care. Combat, you saw this already. We did capture Wake, Bayombong, and Tugugurao. And the Akaguma was sunk, and that was just a mistake. It wasn't anything tactically wrong. I made a misclick, and I'll own it. I screwed it up. But in my envisioned in previous builds of the game before I sent it, the Kido Butai came through the South China Sea to here. I guess I moved the position of the Kido Butai at some point and forgot to fix the routing, so it skirted the edge of Philippines, and an S-boat picked us off. Okay, got a couple pilots here with a couple kills. Don't mind this. A lot of sightings. Who knows how many of these are accurate. So far, we're only reporting... The Allies are only reporting 5 sunk subs at Manila, which is pretty pathetic. Would have been nice if we could have done better than that. Task force mergings. These are troops that were lost. Random stuff. A lot of written off aircraft here. All right. Okay, so let's just briefly go through this because this video is going to be long as it is. So in China, it's going to take a few turns for this to all become clear to you. But basically, everything's just on the move here. And I don't want to say too much operationally. If you want to know more about my plan in China, come ask me about it. But right now, here's what we got. So... Interesting. Do you see this? The Allies are combining and moving this way. That's interesting. You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to get into the Nanyang Road here and block the Ankang Pass. Right? Everything is moving to get on these roads here. Okay. He's also abandoning Loyang and Chang Chao. So he's really going to go hard up here and attempt to stop us from flanking him up north. He's combining all of his troops. Okay. Let's see what he's doing. Yeah, so he doesn't want me coming up this road here. So he's going to take all these troops and try to get them all lined up in here on this really good terrain and make it a real slog for me to get through these. I like it. That's smart. And the rest of these units, from what I can tell, are just trying to take up positions to slow me down. All right. So in Indochina, I managed to get a lot of troops into Bangkok. Okay. A lot of engineers, because what I want to do is quickly build up these bases. I want to build up Bangkok. I want to build up Chiang Mai. I want to build all these bases up to make sure that I have sufficient air power to deal with Rangoon, because it's no secret here that I really would like Rangoon. So here's what I got in Bangkok right now. A lot of engineers, because they weren't doing me any good on Samal. I might as well get them out into the field. Got some infantry, got some artillery. So some of these are going to build up Bangkok. The rest are going to move up here to Chiang Mai. This is going to be my main airfield, what I'm going to use to challenge Rangoon with. It's very close, so we don't have to take ops losses from that. We landed at Chumphon, Singora. We brought in troops, Patani, Kutabaru, and Kuantan. I went heavy on Kuantan because I want to establish an airbase here quickly. Kuantan is a size 4 airfield already, and from here I can command a huge radius, and I can support Singapore, Mersing, all these bases closer than having to fly from Kutabaru, Patani, or Singora. So I intend to go really heavy next turn and take Kuantan and get an airbase set up there ASAP to support stuff further south. I grabbed Sinquang because I want to start neutralizing these enemy airfields quickly. There's a lot of enemy air. This is a big base for the Allies, right? Air capacity 3. It's pretty decent, so I want to take this out. Start denying air bases to the Allies as quickly as possible. Excuse me. Okay, Apari. We landed here, and you may be asking, why did I land at Apari and not at San Fernando? Well, I did suggest the house rule that we can't land within 4 hexes of a, or is it 3 or 4 hexes of a size 4 port, and that's what Manila is. It's at least size 4. So we're coming in Apari to comply with that house rule, and that's fine. And then from there, we're going to go and start working our way down into Manila and Clark. But we're coming in at Apari. We have time. I'm not too worried about taking the Philippines right away. This can take a while. So, we did bomb Cagayan. We did some damage to the bombers there. And as you can see, we have the Cagayan task force coming in. And I would like to neutralize this island quickly, because in my other campaigns, well, yeah, Cagayan was a huge problem for the Japanese. It's just a base. It's a big base for aircraft to do nuisance raids, fly, recon sorties, all that stuff. I want to neutralize this whole island of Mindanao quickly and be done with it. And then I can take these troops and continue them into the Dutch East Indies. But I think within 2 to 3 weeks, we can round up all of Mindanao. So I want to go heavy there right now. As you can see, we landed at Manado, and I landed with a lot of troops because this is going to be a forward airfield for me in the Dutch East Indies, so I can forward deploy my fighters and other bomber aircraft. Okay, we came in with a lot to include an air flotilla, and this is going to allow us to operate our bombers out of here with torpedoes if necessary. So Monado is going to support the conquest of the rest of this part of the Dutch East Indies. The usual stuff here. So a couple concerns that I have before we leave the Philippines is that it does not appear that the Boise or the Houston attempted to run through the Celebes Sea to get out. And that's actually pretty smart because on turn 1, you only get 1 movement pulse. So if he had formed up in Ioleo and Cebu and attempted to run these guys out this way, they're only going to get to about here. And I had a little something waiting for him here. A little mini KB. I'll call it Task Force for you, Joe. I set it here to be able to ambush these guys should they have come out this way. But now we have a threat. He could head out this way towards Babel. He could try to intercept my invasion task force here, which is spotted. He has a lot of options because he saved these guys for a turn just to kind of wait and see. So now we'll have to take appropriate action to ensure that the enemy heavy cruiser and light cruiser here don't interfere with us. And now he knows where all of my stuff is at. So honestly, he played it smart by keeping these guys in port and waiting a turn. Now he knows where all my stuff's at. That was really good. As you can see, we're on Guam, and hopefully next turn we'll take it. And we did take Wake. But we need to be careful because the Enterprise is out here somewhere. I think it's the Enterprise. Or the Lexington. They're out here somewhere. And we have ships at Wake, right? And he knows that. So he could easily bring the aircraft carriers in this way and destroy this task force. So I did set up my subs in this weird little shape here to attempt to intercept the enemy aircraft carrier should they elect to try to come this way. But what I do plan to do here is probably leave behind this ship since it's already on fire to go ahead and finish unloading its supplies. The rest of these guys I'm going to pull back a ways, stand off a bit until I know that the threat of the enemy carriers has subsided. And once I have, I'll go back in and recover the bulk of these troops here and replace them with something else, like a Naval Guard unit or two. Because I don't need all these troops on the island anymore. I need this regiment. I need this recon unit elsewhere. But I did take out Wake. I took out the aircraft there. And now we have a great forward observation post for any invasion stuff happening this way. I have a max range of 25 on these Mavises. Yeah. 25. That's quite some range, right? Now I can have it at Wake and cover all the way out to Midway. So, the things that you have not seen yet, there are more invasions coming on the next turn. But some of my special move task forces ran out of steam. So, by the end of December 8th, you'll see I have a few more invasions that will happen at the time. So, yeah, that's it. This was our turn. We'll need a little more time to figure out if we did, in fact, bag the battleships of Force Z. I hope we did. Overall, I'd give this first turn, as far as my expectations versus reality, a 7 out of 10. We definitely had some Gary Grigsby things happening here, which did not work out in my favor. The middle of the strike being one of them. The air coordination of the Kido Butai on the Force Z attacks being another. But one way or the other, those battleships are heavily damaged, if not destroyed. They're not going anywhere fast, so I can run them down. They're not going to get away. So I hope you enjoyed the turn. I would love to hear your feedback. Tell me what you think about my plan so far. It's probably a little asymmetrical. I'm not saying that other people haven't done this before, but I'm sure you guys may have expected me to use the Kido Butai in the Philippines or even at Pearl. And really, the only thing we did at Pearl was use our mini subs. So I elected not to hit Pearl. We'll find out if that was a good decision or not. I'm sure most of you will disagree with me on that, but that's okay. So yeah, I look forward to your feedback either on the video comments or in my Discord channel. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be starting on my turn setup for the 8th of December next. And when you hear from me again, we'll be doing that combat replay. So I'll catch you on the next one.